Okay guys, so going to take a look at the linear leg press here. Now this is the more standard leg press variation that you'll find in most gyms. This is designed to target mostly the quads, but it's a really great glute exercise as well. And we can also play about with our foot position in order to target one or the other a little bit more. That is also individual dependent. So what I'm going to show you is just more of a standard generic setup that I would like most people to adhere to. So the first thing to take note of is the angle of the back support changes. That's adjustable. Now, for everybody who's tall enough that it's worthwhile, if you set it to the lowest possible setting, you will achieve more depth, okay? Which is always a good thing. More range of motion is always a good thing. That being said, if you have smaller limbs and you're a little bit shorter perhaps, you might not be able to rack and unrack the pad if it's set all the way down. So again, it does depend on the person. I'd say if you're tall enough that it is worthwhile, setting it all the way down is perfect. If you're a little bit shorter, then maybe just one of the higher settings is fine, okay? Now for a fairly standard foot position, what we want to do is have our feet positioned in the middle of the pad with our feet about hip width apart or just outside of that. You don't need to be really wide. Just hip width apart or just outside is fine. And we want to angle our toes outwards anywhere between a 30-degree angle and a 45. I go a little bit more, 45 degrees. Now from there, all we want to do is press up to unwrap, hold onto the handles, actively pull ourselves into the seat, and in order to achieve as much depth as we can, we don't want to let our knees cave in like this. We want to make sure that they stay outwards on the way down. So I'm holding onto the handles, I'm nice and tight in the seat, control on the way down, my knees go wide, and explosively press. Control on the way down, knees go wide, and explosively press. Now what I'm trying to maintain is mid-foot pressure. I don't want my heels to come up off the pad at the bottom, but also I don't want my toes to come up off the pad at all either. I want my entire foot planted on that pad, at least for the most part, for the majority of your set. So a good way to remember that is mid-foot pressure, okay? So I'm maintaining mid-foot pressure, I'm holding onto the handles, I'm controlled on the way down, knees are wide, big press, and repeat. And that is it. Just unrack the machine and climb out. So that is it for the linear leg press.